Hello, good morning, Femme Forte, my lovely ladies here. How are you? So today is day one. Welcome to day one of the energy and frequency of money. I'm very excited to do this, and we're just going to talk about money. And really, everything is an energy and a frequency. And so we're going to break down the days here, the next 8-9 days of the energy and frequency of money. And so I'm going to take you through kind of a process of how to start to relate to your money and just like the inner work of your relationship with money. So that's what we're going to do here. And it's going to be fun. And I'll just come live real quick for a little bit each day. And today I'm walking to the gym. And so we're going to talk about today that you have to start thinking about the way you've been thinking about money. So if everything is an energy and a frequency, your thoughts and your beliefs, whether they are conscious or unconscious, and likely a lot of them are unconscious. They have a vibration, they have an energy to them, and you're putting them out there. So it's like your brain is like an antenna. And when you think these thoughts or you have these like emotional experiences around looking at your bank account or, having a conversation about money with your spouse or a friend, there's all different types of conversations that you have around money. And they can be very emotionally activating. And again, that is an energy. That's the frequency that you're giving off into the universe. And that is then what you create and bring back to you. So first of all, I want to introduce myself. I'm Zoe Shannon, and I'm the creator of this group, and I've been running Rich Girl School since 2020, okay? And I've helped hundreds of women transform their relationship with money, transform their entire life, and begin to earn 50% or more, up to 50% or more income when they go through this transformation with money. So I've been able to help people because I was once in a place where I felt so much shame around money for so many years, my whole life, up until I was around about 31. So that was about 7 years ago. And, I used to just like spend money and like spend way more than I earned and racked up credit cards and, made financial decisions willy-nilly, not even really thinking through any type of financial decision-making process, which I can't remember what day it is, but we're going to talk about the financial decision-making process here in the energy and frequency of money. And so, also like one of the main emotions that was running my relationship with money was shame. I felt so much shame that I didn't have, a savings account, and the money that I earned would quickly disappear. And, I didn't have integrity with my finances. So for example, I received a ticket in the mail because I was going like 25 in a school zone, and I received the ticket in the mail, and it was like, $75 or $90 or something like that. This was years ago, but I literally opened the piece of mail and threw it to the side like it's not my problem, and I really ignored and I avoided dealing with pretty much everything around money. Everything, I was lucky enough to have bought a car, and I was paying off my car, and then I did pay off my car, and I did things like that. But it was just like I could only reach a certain level And usually it was just like getting by. I was just getting by. And that's what I experienced. And after graduating from Bastyr University in Washington State, I was so fed up with so many parts of my life, not only my relationship with men, but my relationship with money. And I didn't even really have a relationship with money. Well, I suppose I did, but it was a very, very toxic relationship with money. And so that's me. Like, that's what I used to experience. Now, I don't experience that stuff anymore. My bills get paid on time. It's not perfect, because of course, like, there can be difficult conversations to be had with other human beings about money. Excuse the noise. I think you might be able to hear that truck. I'm in my complex here. But, I have a lot of awareness around where I came from, my history with money, and like a lot of the different ways that my relationship with money has shown up for me. So I've had a lot of experience being with, like being in the present moment with, okay, I feel this way when somebody says this, or I'm activated in this type of situation or in this specific conversation. And that's the process of like transforming your relationship with money. Now this is the topic today, is starting to think about the way you've been thinking about money. Now that's like the first step. That's bringing the awareness. So how I transformed this was, I started to transform this in 2018 was when I really started to actually just speak about that I was going to transform this. I was going to transform this. By the way, if you're listening and watching, please say hello. Let me know you're watching. That would be great. And let me know if you want me to tag you in the days to come, because we're going to do 8 days, 9 days, bonus day of the energy and frequency of money. So I basically started to declare that I was going to have a better relationship with money in 2018. Okay. And it wasn't really until 2019 that I had a couple transformative moments with money. And I've had others since then too, but these were like, oh, I'm crossing the line in the sand, and boom, like I was on the other side, and there was no way I was ever going back, because you can't unsee things that you see. So, I had that moment once with a coach in a leadership program that I had, and I won't go into the whole story, but basically what happened was, he, coached me, and he said something like, Zoe, do you think you're worthy? And like, I started crying, and was like, no. But when you allow yourself to be with things like that and just experience the experience, that is the powerful way that you alchemize and transform it. Because when you face it, it's like, then you realize that is just a story, that it's something that you made up, but it's not really true. And that's kind of it. The experience is kind of like magical, because it occurs like, oh my God, it just disappeared. And it does. It really does just kind of disappear. So that was the first thing that happened. And when I realized, oh my God, I have been thinking this whole time that I wasn't worthy, I saw how my actions in life previous to that had been coming from that place of I wasn't worthy. So what I did was I only ever applied for jobs that I thought I could get. I didn't take any extra step. I didn't go the extra mile with applying for jobs that were higher paying. And when I saw that that's what I had been doing, I switched it. And I declared I'm going to make 50% more money. And I did within 2 months, because that's where I was taking the action from. Now I am worthy. I am worthy of doing this. And I took actions which were above and beyond actions. I applied for hundreds of jobs. I wrote, I don't know, dozens of different cover letters, which was something I never did before. And so I just did it. And I took those actions. So I can't go out of the fence here yet because I'm still live with you. But so I ended up in 2019, I got called for a job at an amazing place that I absolutely loved, which we're also going to talk about, you know, the divine path, like your life's purpose in the energy and frequency of money here in the next 8 days. We're going to talk about that because this place where I was working, where I got a job earning 50% more money, was like a dream job, you know, like I got to coach people. It was an education company. It's the place where I had so many of my life's transformations happen. And so it was so beautiful. And it's where I learned how to be a coach and really be a leader. And so, and then there was another moment where I had a transformative moment where I finally was creating a budget because look, I doubled my income, but guess what? I still didn't have money left over. I spent it all because I wasn't managing my money. Okay. I was letting it leak out all over the place. And we're going to talk about that. But that was another transformation that I had. And it was a difficult moment because I was sitting down to do a budget and my boyfriend at the time asks me, how much money is in your savings account? And I say nothing. And the way he looked at me, you guys, was in that moment like devastating. And it hit me, and the rush of shame just like went through every cell in my body. But what I did was different in this moment because I had had so much training. I actually noticed it. I didn't try to avoid it. I didn't try to run. I didn't cry and like get all emotional. I actually just paused and I noticed I'm feeling shame. And then here's what I did. I separated my humanity from that shame, meaning I didn't make it mean that I was a shameful person because I didn't have money in my savings. And that moment right there changed the course of my life, because then from now on, I could manage my money. I could look at it, even if I didn't have money in my savings. It wasn't like, oh, that's who I am. That's my value. That's my worth. No. And so that's like, you guys, my story is very big and intricate, but that's some big pieces of, oh my gosh, my bag just popped. I think it's my electrolytes in my water. I better check just in case. But so that's what we're going to talk about. Yeah, it was my electrolytes. It popped open literally in my bag. So this week and for the next 8 days, we're going to talk about the energy and frequency of money and all the different ways that you can begin to transform your relationship with money right now. So today, you have to start thinking about the way you've been thinking about money. This is the first thing, okay? Give me a heart or some favorite emoji in the comments if you're going to take this on. Would you like me to tag you in the following days? Then let me know. Just say tag me in the comments, so I can tag you so you can follow along day 1 through 8. Today's day 1. So if you want to be tagged, just say tag me and let me know. Are you going to take this on? Are you going to start to think about the way you've been thinking about money? And here's the coolest thing that you can do, okay? Because the subconscious mind is brilliant. All you have to do is take a moment here, okay? Take a deep breath in and out. And all you have to do is just pose the question to your subconscious mind. Hey self. What is the way I've been thinking about money? Tell me. And just take a pause, take a moment, and ask yourself that. What is the way I've been thinking about money? Now, you might get direct answers. You might get direct answers in the form of thoughts, or you might get the direct answers in the form of an actual experience, because you have experiences every single day with money. And so allow yourself to watch out for those. When you have an interaction with somebody, when you receive your paycheck, like just start to notice what are you thinking about money? That's the first thing, okay? With the energy and frequency of money, because everything is energy and frequency. Your brain and your thoughts are giving off your thinking, and they're giving off a vibration, like a frequency that's like alarm clock off, that's emitted out into the world, okay? And it just brings back more of the same experiences, and that's why we experience that we can never change. Okay, so the first step is begin to think about the way you've been thinking about money. Okay, and now we have 9 days until Rich Girl School starts. The link is below. Check it out. You are invited. We're starting on Tuesday, August 26th, and I'm excited for that. But I want you to come tune in to the energy and frequency of money, because you're going to get a lot of value here, and I can't wait to give it to you. So if you are going to take on this question, what is the way I've been thinking about money? Please drop an emoji below. Let me know. And I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.